Okay, first of all, if you really believe getting visible six-pack within 3 days time frame is possible, so great to be the one who has to wake you up, but this is just not real. All these titles that you're seeing around YouTube or all over the internet, they're just to want your clicks, your views, taking advantage of your desperation of getting rid of the muffin top because you're only having few days to your holiday. Now, if you're still here and you didn't click off after hearing the harsh truth about getting your abs, let's learn how to get visible abs in a more realistic time frame.
This channel must never be considered a substitute for advice provided by a doctor.
Hello there guys, and welcome back to Nicky's Fitness World. In today's video we're talking nice, toned, well-sculpted abs. We've got two factors that will influence how visible your abs will gonna be. One of them is the body fat percentage you're having. So the thicker the skin onto your abs it's not just skin, it is fat. Okay, the harder we're gonna be for you to see your abs. Although you feel them if you push a bit through, you feel them, but if you do have a thicker layer on top of them, they won't gonna be as visible as you'd like to. And this can be sorted out in the kitchen, so we're talking nutrition in here, in the bedroom, so we're talking rest in here, as we're having the cortisol, which is the stress hormone, and the lower it is, means you're having a well-rested body. If you're having high levels of cortisol, that means you didn't rest very well, you don't have necessarily a good diet, and you didn't train as much either, so you're stressed. And added cardio. And I'm saying added because the cardio session we're going to be apart from the resistance training. Within the resistance training session, you're going to have compound movements as well as isolated movements that we're going to target your core area altogether. Now, let's realize the abs, it's a muscle. The rectus abdominis, the rectus abdominis, the six-pack, it is a superficial muscle. Being a muscle, we have to treat it as one, which means if we're talking about hypertrophy, so we want to have that relief in here, we want to treat them as muscles. And my preferred technique when it comes to hypertrophy is drop setting. For whoever doesn't know what drop setting is, it is a technique in which we're gonna start off with a heavier weight, doing as many reps as we can. Now, if we are able to do more than 6-8 reps, then we definitely have to go a bit higher in terms of a bit heavier in terms of weight. So we're starting off with a heavier weight, doing as many reps as we can. We don't want to get over 3 or 4 reps max. Then we're gonna lower the weight and we're gonna increase the number of reps as much as we can. In today's video, I've got 3 movements for you that we're going to target the upper area of your abs, the lower area of your abs, and the obliques. And these 3 exercises were going to be weighted exercises. If you don't have access to any equipment at all, I'm going to link up here somewhere a video for the bodyweight version. As I don't want to make this video too long, we're gonna dive into the first exercise, and that is gonna be hand reverse crunches. So for this one, guys, you need a bar, whatever bar you can hang on into the gym or wherever, into the park, at home, wherever you want. You just have to hang on, and now I'm just gonna exemplify first, and then I'm gonna get on. So in here, what we want to do, we don't want to get only our knees up. Because in here we're going to target most of our quads and our flexors. What we want to do is from here we want to squeeze even more the abs. You're going to be feeling so much more the abs if you're squeezing, and you'll actually be able to lift your glutes. Okay, so you want to reverse. You want to crunch, you want to squeeze the abs, the lower abs mainly, as much as you can. So from here, you want to go up and squeeze. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're squeezing. Nice and control the movement. Breathe in are getting off the mat in here. I wasn't quite sure if I was able to demonstrate this exercise as I'm 6 months postpartum and I haven't done much of my abs workout, or at least not as strong as I used to. But there you go, you're having it. I was able to demonstrate it quite nice, I would say. Now we'll see in the comments your opinion. But again, what we want to target, guys, in here is to target the lower part of the ab, and we want to squeeze as much as we can. The breathing technique is as important as the exercise itself. Why? Imagine you're having a ball inside of a balloon, okay? So if the balloon, it's blown, can you touch the ball inside? No, you cannot. But if you're taking off the air, the balloon will just gonna come on top of the ball. It's literally the same thing that is happening onto your thoracic area and the muscle themselves. So if you're breathing in, when you're doing the movement, you won't be able to squeeze as much the muscles. Therefore, you won't gonna get much of the activation. You won't gonna get the grip benefits that you can get if you're breathing out before and while you're bringing your knees high. Now, these exercises, guys, again, these exercises are for a more advanced person. You can't really do this if you're either postpartum or a beginner. But since you clicked on to this video and you want the 6 abs, I'm just gonna assume you are having at least a medium level of fitness. Of course, there is always a regression that can go on in here, and you can start off by doing them onto the mat. But this is for another video. For the second exercise, guys, we've got a weighted sit-up with the serratus activation. Now, the serratus is the nice muscle in here that we're going to be able to see apart from the abs. So, what gives you a nice six-pack is not just the rectus abdominis itself, but a nice look altogether. It's given also by the serratus in here, okay? As we've mentioned, we want to drop set. So we're going to start off with a bigger weight and we're going to go lower weight and lower as much as we can. I've got 2 different weights in here, in shape and size, just because I wanted to demonstrate that you can do this with a disc as well as with a dumbbell, okay? Now, that's it, guys. What we want from here, get our lumbar spine stick to the floor, stick to the ground. We want to get our shoulder blades onto the mat as well. And as we are going with the disc, with the weight a bit above from our head, a bit further, we're gonna be able to feel the activation, okay? So from the perpendicular in here, if you're going more, with the weighted version, you're going to be able to feel your serratus in here. Do not overtake with your back. Mind that. Pay attention to the mind-muscle connection in here. Okay? So breathe in without taking your lumbar spine off the floor, getting your weight a bit further. And as you breathe out, you want to squeeze and bring the weight from your serratus, from here up all the way to the perpendicular bit. From the perpendicular bit, you want to go as high as you can. So you want to sit up. Also, you want to keep the weight as perpendicular as you can. So the weight is going towards the ceiling, not in front of you. Breathe in, and as we breathe out, nice and controlled. We're going down. Breathe in. Do not take off your back from the ground. Try to squeeze as much as you can the serratus. And in here, as you're coming up, squeeze the abs all together. Breathe in, breathe out. Good. Do as many as you can. And change. You can go for the grip like this when it comes to the dumbbell. So you're gonna secure that. You're gonna secure your face first of all, okay? And your teeth. They're quite expensive. So breathe in. The lighter it is, I don't know why, but for some reason it feels weird. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. Make sure you are activating your serratus in here. For instance, in here, as I'm in this isometric hold, if you touch in here, underneath your chest, you're gonna feel your serratus activated if the movement is correct. Breathe out and squeeze the abs as much as you can. Third movement, as mentioned, was gonna be mainly for your obliques, but you're also gonna be able to feel the stretch of your quadrant lumbar in here. And of course, it's a weighted version. You can only start body weight and afterwards progress to the weighted version. What I want you to pay attention to is the technique. Again, I can't stress the technique enough, guys, in all my videos. The same movements, if you are doing the right technique, will gonna blow your mind how helpful they can be. But if you're not doing it proper, you can either worsen your condition or it's not doing much. It's not helpful. And I want to help you as much as I can. So pay attention to this. When it comes to the wipers, we want again to stick our lumbar spine to the mat, as well as having at least 90 degrees angle when it comes to your legs. So the legs at least perpendicular in here. They don't have to be fully stretched if you don't have the flexibility. You can also go for a bent version. But what I want you to pay attention to is this angle. So if you're going lower, than the 90 degrees, this will gonna pull off your back. And it's not necessarily to have a back problem to feel the pain or not to activate the abs. So again, I want to take the weight first, because it's a weighted version. From here, getting your legs up, breathe in, and as you breathe out, you want to squeeze as much as you can in here. Touch the ground without relaxing the legs or the abs. As you're coming back to the top, you want your knees to be sticked together. If your knees are not stick together, then you're not doing much of your obliques, but you're doing more of your adductors in here and the glutes and your legs and all that, and you don't want that. So again, breathe in. As you breathe out, squeeze, breathe in if you need, or breathe out again. Yeah, we want to breathe out as we're going down and as we're coming back up. The same principle applies that I've told you earlier about the ball and the balloon. Yeah, we want to squeeze as much as you can. We don't want much air in there involved. So let me know down in the comment box below which one felt harder to be done in there, guys. Also, make sure you do watch this video the next, as you want to take note of these 3 factors. See you later!